In this video, we're going to be making a synth beat using stock plugins only, and this is part 33 of a series, so if you want to see more like this, make sure to drop a like, and with that being said, let's get right into it. I'm going to do more of a slower beat, so we'll bring it down to 124, and the key, let's try E minor. Alright, I'm going to start off with a flat piano, so I'm going to use flex, and we'll just go with this Steinway right here. So I'm going to start off with just an easy repetitive melody, and then we'll switch it out after. Yeah, I want to do something a little more slower like that. Alright, so let's bring this up another octave, and then I'm going to add a melody below this one. Yeah, something like that. A couple more filler notes. I don't want it to be too melodic, so I'm going to layer a couple notes. Something like that. And then we'll just add an easy bass line. Something like this. Hold up. It's too nice. Alright, and then since I'm going to switch this out to a synth, I'm not going to randomize the notes or anything like that. So the first thing I'm going to do is copy this over to a sampler, just in case if I make a lot of changes and I want to revert back to the original. I've been liking Citrus a lot. I feel like this plugin just has so many good synth sounds. Kind of tricky to say together. I like this one. This is inside the synth string section. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pitch this up again. Throw this on the mixer. See what this sounds like with halftime. So I like the effect this is giving, but I'm going to switch out the sound. Yeah, we'll go with this. And I want to pitch this down. Gonna go sound better. Yeah, something like that. Go for the low end. Alright, I'm just gonna export this out real quick, and then we're gonna solo this out so we can focus on another sound. I kind of like the griminess of this one. Alright, let's take off the halftime effect now, and we're going to find one more sound, but for this last one. Alright, so I switched it back to a piano, and then took off the bass line, and I'm just going to redo this melody. Not redo it, but just kind of switch it up a bit. We'll take off the top line, we'll bring this one back down right here, and then we're just going to add a little melody in the middle. Yeah, just kind of switch it up a bit. Let's stay inside of Flex, and I want to see what other kind of synths they have. Kind of like this. Bring it down. We'll bring one more layer just to kind of add a lot more energy to it. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw all these on a mixer and just kind of level them out together. We'll start off with this one. And it's really just leveling, so it's really just EQ that I add on this. So just take off the low end. This one brings some of the mids. Alright, so now that we got a good level and everything, we're going to export this one more time. With this one, we'll double click on the sample. Then we're going to open this on Fruity Slicer. Then right here, we're going to slice it to a beat so everything's even. Bring down that decay. Then just add little kind of like sampled effects, so turn down the attack. And you'll see that it throws it on the piano roll. This is where you can really recreate that whole sample and just turn it into something completely different. And then we'll create a second half to it. Do something simple like this. Alright, so let's hear how this all sounds like. Yeah, so it has like a slow first part. There's a little more rhythm on that second half. Alright, cool. So we'll grab all this and we're going to render it one last time. And then this is the final result here. And then we're going to throw halftime on this. See how that sounds. We'll just pitch this up. Nah, you know what? I think this will sound better with distortion. Just like a slight amount of it. Alright, so now that we got the sample done, we can move on to the drums. But first I'm going to add a sub bass. Go with this one. Alright, so we gotta bring this up an octave. Bring in a lot more of that high end. And we'll just boost the bass. Go with this one. Go with this one. Yeah, I think something like this. Keeps it easy, like repetitive bounce, but there's still a little variation in it. Something like that, just real easy in the background. One last thing I want to do is I'm going to add an open hat to the kick. It really makes it punch a lot harder, especially since this bass line doesn't have a deep tone to it. I feel like this will kind of help it. gonna do something like this with the open hat. Have the first two come in strong and then the second two kind of more like a background. Alright, so if you're ever having trouble making melodies, I definitely recommend just exporting it out, throwing it on the Fruity Slicer, and just trying to recreate it into something you wouldn't come up with right off the top. And again, if you guys want to see me continue this series, make sure to drop a like for me. You can cop all the drum sounds used in this video for free in the link in the description, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.